Welcome back to Elevation Perspective. My name is Mark. Today we are taking a close look at the Major League Baseball playoff picture. Looking at the divisions first, in the National League, the Phillies have the East, the Brewers have the Central. The Dodgers look pretty safe in the West, but 3 games isn't impossible for the Padres to catch them. Over in the American League, the Tigers have won the Central already. Then we have some fun here. The Blue Jays currently hold a 3-game lead over both the Red Sox and the Yankees. The Blue Jays have this gritty, contact-oriented plus defense approach. I think for the majority of the season, the baseball world was kind of waiting for their success to stop and see them fall back to that 500-ish mediocre team they looked like they were going to be before the season started. But now we're in mid-September and they're still going. The Blue Jays have a good lineup, a good rotation. The bullpen for this team was a little bit dicey to me. I know Jeff Hoffman has not been great in the back end of games for them recently. The other big note here on the offensive side of things here is Bo Bichette. His recent injury, depending on what the severity of that injury is, could be a massive factor on if they can hold on to the American League East title or not. I think the Yankees have as good or better of a case than any American League team in terms of the talent they have in their clubhouse. Their lineup has been really good. They have 5 regulars with an OPS over 800, with Ben Rice falling just shy to 795 OPS to make it 6 regulars. The bullpen has been a struggle for this team besides deadline addition David Bednar, but you see Max Fried and Carlos Rodon at the top of the rotation and guys like Weaver and Bednar in the back end. It's hard for me to see a team in the American League that has more talent. The Red Sox are tricky. It's been a weird season for this team. The Rafael Devers fiasco feels like it was years ago at this point, but he was on this Red Sox roster just 3 months ago. They've been pitching really well. Garrett Crochet has been a monster for this team. Also, Brian Bayo and Lucas Giolito right behind him have backed him up really well. The lineup looks a little bit light, especially after top prospect Roman Anthony recently suffered this oblique injury that could have him out for the rest of the season. We also have a really fun race right now in the American League West between the Astros, Mariners, and Rangers. The Astros hold a 1-game lead over the Mariners and a 2.5-game lead over the Rangers. This division has kind of been a who wants it the least, honestly. I cannot believe the Rangers are back in the race after the season they've had and the recent injuries to their core members of their team in Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, Adolis Garcia, and Nate Eovaldi. The Astros seem to be holding on for dear life right now. Even with Yordan Alvarez back in the fold, they've had a really hard time winning games. The loss of Josh Hader has proven to be massive for this team. Brian Abreu has not done well in the closer role, and they don't have many high-leverage options behind him. The Mariners have gotten hot again. I do feel like they have the best team of these 3 American League West contenders. Now for the wild cards. First up here with the National League wild card picture. The Cubs and Padres are pretty comfortably in my opinion. The last playoff spot right now belongs to the New York Mets, but they are hanging on by a thread. The Mets are just 76-70 now after losing 5 games in a row going into Thursday night, and it's not exactly a fluky bad stretch of games either. The Mets are 31-45 since June 13th. That is nearly half a season of awful baseball. The Mets hold a 2-game lead over both the Reds and the Giants. I don't think the Reds or Giants are incredibly talented, but we're at a point of the year where your talent and abilities don't really factor in. What matters here is who can win the most games over the next 3 weeks. The American League wildcard really leaks into the American League West situation we previously talked about. Right now, the Yankees and the Red Sox look pretty locked in. The Mariners hold a 1.5-game lead over the Rangers for the 3rd and final wildcard spot. At this point, it is entirely possible that any 2 of the Astros, Mariners, Rangers could get in with any one of those 3 teams also missing out. Now, for predictions. For the National League, I will say the Phillies, Brewers, and Dodgers all hold on to their division leads. In the National League wildcard, I will say the Cubs get the 1st, the Padres get the 2nd, and the Mets hang on to the 3rd and final wildcard spot. While the Mets have played terrible baseball for months, I just feel like there's too much talent on this roster, and when push comes to shove, they will hold off the Reds and Giants. For the American League, I'll take the Blue Jays for the East, the Tigers for the Central. I'm going to say the Mariners jump the Astros win the American League West, though. For the wild card, I'll say the Yankees take the 1st spot, the Red Sox take the 2nd, and the Astros hold off the Rangers and get that 3rd and final wild card spot. I'm very excited to see how these next few weeks play out in Major League Baseball. Hopefully we have some really fun races right till the end. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.